I've basically just driven up on the start of the busy summer travel season. Joining us now, the nation's preeminent authority on gas and oil prices. It's Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan. How'd you like that intro, Patrick? Good one?
Boy, Jeff, I appreciate that. That was a pretty good one.
Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Let's just start real simple, baseline. Where are prices right now? Kind of where's the trend going, especially in our area of central New York?
Well, certainly good news as we start the summer driving season. Gas prices have actually let off the gas a bit. Syracuse averaged down to about $3.65 a gallon. It's down about 3 cents in the last week. It's also basically on par with what we were paying last year at this time. The national average also is down for 4 straight weeks. It sits at about $3.61 a gallon. So I think the good news is that prices should continue to now recede as we head into the summer. Why? Well, refineries are done with maintenance now. They're cranking up output of gasoline, and the switch over to summer gasoline is over. Potentially more news as well. The Northeast Strategic Gasoline Reserve is going to be sold off into the areas of the Northeast. That could put a little bit more downward pressure on prices as well.
Yeah, so Patrick, let's get into that a little bit more deeply. So we've heard that the Biden administration is releasing oil and gas from that Northeast Reserve. What is it? Because it's different from the strategic reserve. So what are we talking about without getting too complex on it? And what does it even mean?
Yeah, the nation's SPR, which many folks have heard about after Russia's invasion, well, that's oil. This Northeast Gasoline Reserve is gasoline, so it's ready to go in your tank at a moment's notice. It was built after Superstorm Sandy wiped out a lot of power sources, and gasoline was rationed at the time. It has sat idle. That is, the reserve has never been used. It's cost taxpayers about $200 million over the last decade to maintain that. The gasoline being stored there worth about $103 million. So it's a costly piece of infrastructure. Congress now has passed it. Congress essentially required Biden to shut this reserve down. It's not the first time. President Trump tried to shut it down as well in 2020. It's one of those political things that sounds good, but potentially rather ill-conceived.
Yeah, is the release going to actually mean anything to us at the pump?
Probably not a whole lot. It may push prices down by maybe 5 or 10 cents a gallon. As an analyst, it's not the kind of decrease that really excites you, right? I'd love to see $1.99 or even $2.99 gas, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen as they start to release this gasoline.
So what are you typically watching for this time of year? You said we're trending in the right direction right now, but what do you watch over the next couple of months?
Yeah, you know, if nature doesn't get in the way, if Mother Nature doesn't get in the way, usually it's relatively smooth sailing through the summer. As I mentioned, refineries are back fully online after maintenance. Supply of gasoline usually increases over the duration of the summer, and that puts downward pressure on prices. However, the first tropical wave of 2024 has formed today. It's going to be a busy hurricane season, and that brings us to where hurricanes can play a role. The Gulf of Mexico, home to some of the nation's largest refineries. If we do see a hurricane venture into the Gulf of Mexico, that could shut down and impact refineries, and that could cause gas prices to go up. But maybe later this summer more so.
I know you'll be watching that. All right, before I let you go, because you're a great follow on social media, I love you on Twitter, well, X, whatever it's called now. Give me a couple of myths that you can dispel for us about gas prices right now, because lots of people have lots of theories and lots of thoughts, but you're the expert.
They really do. We'll start with that summer. Everyone thinks that gas prices peak in the summer. Well, they tend to be a little higher in the summer than the winter, but they usually peak in spring and then smooth sailing. The other one, because it's an election year, you know, a lot of folks out there think that gas prices are going to go down ahead of the election. Well, they do. Every fall they go down for the same reason they go up, Jeff, every spring. Americans drive less in the cooler weather, and we also switch back to cheaper winter gasoline. So I can safely say that if things go well this year, we're probably going to see prices in the low $3 a gallon territory. In New York, we'll probably see some stations below $3 by the end of the year, or maybe even as we get close to the election.
Oh, I like the sounds of that. Patrick DeHaan from Gas Buddy, thanks so much for joining us. I know you're a busy guy. We really appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.